students, good things come for those who will work for it. I repeat, good things come for those who will work for it hard. With this thought, let us start the topic, heterotrophic nutrition. In previous class, you have learnt about the how green plants will prepare the food by the help of chlorophyll and sunlight, and they will prepare a food in the form of a complex organic substance. Now, in this class, you will be learning about heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic means these are the organisms which depend on other plants as well as the animal source for the food materials. In single cell organism as well as the multi-cell animals, it may be including human beings and birds and different other higher organisms like animals, elephant. So these all depend on other plants as well as the animal source for the sake of food to survive. Now you will be studying about how the single cell organism. Amoeba is a single cell organism, right? Amoeba, it is a having only whole body of the organism is made up of only one cell, but it will depend on other sources for a food purpose. It depends on small particles. This is a food particle, and how it will search the food by the help of these irregular projections, which we call as a pseudopodia. They will help in these structures help in movement. With the help of these pseudopodia, irregular structures, finger-like projections, amoeba will search for food. It will move and search for food. When it will reach the food material, these elongated portions of pseudopodia will form a circular covering like this. It will intake the food particle and it will join here like this. And this is a particle which is covered is food particle, and these are the projections of a pseudopodia, and it will form a round spherical structure over the food. After that, the complex food particles are broken down into simple form, and by the help of chemicals which are present in the cell. And when these complex substances are broken down into simple form, they will get directly mixed up in the cytoplasm by the help of a process called diffusing means mixing of the food particles, which is already converted into simple form. And after that, these food particles are mixed up. Whether the undigested food particles will be there, no, they will be moving towards the outer region of the amoeba cell, and they are removed out from the inner cell to the outer environment. Undigested food particles, I am telling. When the food is digested completely, it is mixed with the cytoplasm. But the remaining undigested, which is not converted into simple form, that is further thrown out by the cell to the outer environment. This is about heterotrophic nutrition in amoeba, which is a single cell organism. Next, you will be learning about heterotrophic nutrition in human beings. In our body, how the food is digested. That you will be learning. And now you will be learning about the nutrition in human beings. And this is also a type of nutrition which is in these human beings, they depend on plants as well as the animal source for their food. They need for the survival, they need food materials, no? So how that food is utilized and in the body, that will be studying now. So that is called as nutrition in human beings. It is carried out in the particular part of the human body, which we call as a digestive system, and it is also known as alimentary canal, as it includes mouth region and teeth, tongue. This part of the alimentary canal we call as a buccal cavity. In that we have a teeth and tongue, as well as this whole part we call as buccal cavity. It includes mouth. From that we intake the food materials, and apart from this buccal cavity, it will get connected to the stomach by the help of a long tube, which is called as esophagus or a food pipe. From this, the food which we take in, it is transferred, and it is first of all, before transferring, it is mixed up in the mouth region only with the help of teeth which chew the food materials, and with the help of tongue, and the mouth region is having a saliva, that is juice, which contains enzyme salivary amylase, that is meant for a mixing of the food materials. When we see different tasty food materials like sweet jamun and in the mouth region, in mouth produces watery material. That is nothing but saliva, which is helping further mixing of the food materials, and also it is helpful in a transport of movement of those food materials takes place by the esophagus, which is called as food pipe. First the food is mixed up with the help of teeth and tongue, it will form a paste, and later it is transferred from this pipe by the to and fro movement. That movement we call as a peristaltic movement. What we call? Peristaltic movement. It is nothing but backward and forward movement of the food particles takes place from the mouth region to the stomach region. And when the food is reached to the stomach region, inner lining of the stomach walls, it will become large, and inside the stomach that food is transferred. And once the food is moved to the stomach, their stomach contains many digestive enzymes, means chemicals like pepsin, trypsin, and it is also containing the acidic material, HCl, hydrochloric acid is also produced inside the stomach region. That will help in breakdown of the complex food materials into simple form. Okay, and in that, for example, in food we eat different types of food materials. It may be carbohydrate, proteins, fats, minerals, vitamins. All these will be in a complex form. They will be in a larger form. They have to be converted into simple form. That is done in the stomach region by the help of enzymes, which we call as chemicals. Enzymes, which are called as chemicals produced in the stomach. Example, pepsin and amylase, trypsin, etc. And once these chemicals are, they broke down the food particles into simple form, and because of the presence of HCl, hydrochloric acid, that food is further mixed up properly, and it will get transported to the inner walls of the stomach, which is a muscular layer, and this end part of the stomach, which is connected to the small intestine, that part we call as a sphincter wall. It will once the food is crushed into small particles, it is moved to the small intestine, and it is the largest part of the alimentary canal in human beings, and it is dependent on the type of the animal and which type that animal will consume the food. Depending on that, the small intestine size will be changes. It is not a larger or smaller, depending on the food material how that organism will consume, or depending on that the small intestine coiling will be dependent. For example, in animals which eat only grass materials, in that the small intestine of those animals will be little smaller, this part. But in human beings, the region this is the largest part of the alimentary canal, and it is the main part of the alimentary canal where the food digestion takes place more. Means the more simple form of the food materials are getting converted here, because this contains more amount of chemicals which we call as enzymes. Example, carbohydrates, they are converted. They will be available in the starch in a larger biomolecules. They will be further broken down into simple form in this region only. And the proteins which are converted into simple forms like trypsin, pepsin, amylase, it will convert the starch into simple form of glucose. Like that, proteins they get converted into amino acids, and further oily materials like fats, they will be further converted into simple forms by the enzymes pepsin, trypsin and amylase and renin. These all will be produced in the small intestine only. And these liver and gallbladder and pancreas. This is a liver, pancreas and gallbladder. These also play vital role, important role. Vital means important role in the digestion of food materials. Liver and bile duct, it will produces a bile juice which will help in further mixing of the food particles and also getting converted to simple form. Later, after conversion of a food materials. This is transferred to the food particles once it is converted to simple form. As the small intestine contains many blood capillaries, which we call as villi. It will further get absorbed on this small intestine region villi, and it is getting transported to each and every part of the body and each and every cell of the body with the help of a blood. That digested food is which is completely digested in small intestine is converted into simple form. It is transferred with the help of a villi to the blood, and from blood it is transferred to each and every part of the body, and remaining undigested food it is transferred to the with the help of sphincter muscle, which is present in the small intestine. It is transferred to the large intestine, and here in the large intestine it will absorb the water from that undigested food materials, and with the help of this end point, which we call as anus, that end point it is helpful in the removing of the waste materials, which we call as excretion, and this is the end part of the digestive system here, anus, from where the undigested food are removed out from the body. This is about the alimentary canal or digestive system of human beings, where the food is getting converted into simple forms, and it is further utilized in the body to perform different works, and it is transported to the body by the help of blood, and the remaining undigested is removed out by anus region. Okay, in next class you will be learning about the respiration process.